Hi writers. I've been noticing that when some of you are sharing your stories that you've been working on, that sometimes we get to a point where we have a hard time reading our own words that we wrote. And I want you to think about that for a minute. Can you think of maybe a time, maybe last week or the week before, that when you went to share your reading or your story with your family, did you have a hard time reading any of the words? And if you've had that happen, you'll realize that it's a little bit frustrating when you're reading along and you're trying to read your story that you're so proud of, and then you get to a word or a part that you cannot read. Well, soon lots of people are going to be reading your stories. And sometimes the reader will have the same feeling. Well, they'll feel frustrated when they can't read some of the words because they're all excited and they're reading along and they're like, oh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And then they get to a word and they can't read it. And they'll go, what does that say? I don't know what happened. So when the words are hard to read, the writer has usually forgot part of the sounds in the word. And so a lot of times we try to write the beginning and the ending sound and we forget all the sounds in the middle. So today I'm going to teach you that when you're trying to write a word that might be tricky and something that you don't know how to spell, how to hear all of those sounds in the word so that we can write all the sounds down so that we'll be able to read the word. And we're going to do that by actually sliding our finger. So if I'm writing something like, here I have brother, I'm going to slide my finger, brother, and I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to slide my finger again and say it, and then I'm going to keep writing the sounds that I hear. Okay, and so I'm going to show you how to do that today. So I started this story last night about me and my brother going sledding. One snowy day, I went sledding with my brother. Okay. Now I'm going to touch and tell on this page to let you know what I'm thinking and what's going to go on here, and then you're going to help me, and I'm going to show you how we can spell some tricky words. We went to the top of the hill, and my brother gave me a big push. I went faster. Okay, so then there's my illustration. We're up here, my sketch I already have to help me plan my story. I did some touching and telling, so now I'm going to try to write the words. We went to the top. So this is my next word. So I already have the T because I heard that first. Up. And so I keep sliding my finger and trying to hear the next sound. Up. Okay, and if I have a hard time remembering what sound is that or what letter makes that sound, I can always use the alphabet chart to help me, and I included one in your lesson today, so you can print it out or you can pull it up anytime you need to. So I might look on here to help me think of what do I hear after the T. T, ah, p, t, ah. So I hear that octopus. So now I can look at the alphabet chart, and that's going to help me see that it's an O. Okay, t, ah, p. So I'm sliding my finger again, and I'm listening for this next sound. T, ah, p. And now I have to write it. What's the sound that I hear at the end? Top. Okay, and again, the alphabet chart might help me. I hear p, like pig. Okay, so then I put that there. We went to the top of the, and some words that I know how to spell that are my snap words, then I can just write those. We went to the top of the hill. Okay, so maybe this one I don't know, so I'm going to listen again. I'm going to slide and say the word aloud, listen for what I hear, and write them in order. Ill. Okay, again, if I need to use this to help me, like hat, H, okay, Now this is that tricky part. We want to try to get that middle sound in there because again, if we just do what we hear at the end, people aren't going to be able to read it. So we got to get that middle sound. Huh. So look at my alphabet chart. What does it look like? What do you hear? Iguana. So I. Okay. Ill. Okay, I hear l at the end. L. Again, I can look on my alphabet chart if I'm not sure what that is. L like leaf. Okay. We went to the top of the hill. So do you see again what did we do? We were sliding our finger, saying the sound, sliding, listening, and then we wrote them in order. We went to the top of the hill and my brother, okay, now this one might be tricky, brother, okay, I know that makes the TH sound and I know that that's an ER. Brother. Okay, this word had a lot of sounds. Okay, but as long as you can get most of the sounds, that will be helpful. We went to the top of the hill and my brother gave. Okay, so what do we hear first? G, g. Okay, so we're going to say it, then we're going to slide it, and we're going to hear the sound, and then we're going to write it. So say it, gave. Now hear the sound, g. Okay, and now write it. What sound is that? G. So G, very good. Gave. Gave. Okay, so again, now I'm trying to say it again. Slide my finger. Hear it. Hear the next sound and write it. Like ape. So gave. Gave. So again, say it out loud. Slide my finger. Hear it and then write it. Gave. Ooh, that V sound that kind of tickles my tongue or my lip. Tickles my lip. Gave me a big push. Okay, big. Let's try big. Ready? B, b. Say it, slide it, hear it, write it. Okay, say it, b, slide it, and hear it, and then write it. Big. Here, b, big. Here next, an I, big. Okay, so I'm saying it, sliding it, I'm hearing the next sound, and now I write it. Big, push. Okay, same thing. Say it, slide it, hear it, write it. Push. Sh. Do you guys know what makes that sound? Sh. 2 letters. Okay, hopefully you're saying SH. Okay, and I'm going to put a period. So now I'm going to read it all together. We went to the top of the hill and my brother gave me a big push. So, as you can just see, as we went back, we were able to read it because we did a really good job and worked hard on spelling those words. Okay, so something that writers do when they're trying to write tricky words is they use strategies to help them. Okay, so they don't just write letters, and they don't just write the beginning sound and the end sound. They really want to try to get the sounds at the beginning and all the sounds in the middle and the sounds at the end. Okay, so we The first way that writers spell words is what we just practiced today. They say it, they slide it, then they hear it with their ear and they write it. And they write the sounds in order. The alphabet chart is a really good resource right now to help you with writing those sounds that you hear in order. Okay, so this might be really helpful for you, especially for some of the vowels and some of the trickier sounds that we don't use a lot. Okay. So today, as you write, I want you to think about how you can spell some tricky words by practicing and doing this new strategy. Say it, slide it, hear it, and then write it. Okay, and try to write all of the sounds in order. All right, good luck today, writers. Happy writing.